The Golden State Warriors are odds-on favorite to land Michael Porter Jr. this offseason. In this video, I'm going to tell you the top 3 reasons why I think that could work and the top 3 reasons why I think it would be a disaster. So welcome to the Cochrane Show. My name is John Cochrane. I love all things sports. My favorite NBA team is the Golden State Warriors, so I'll often share content about the Golden State Warriors. And after a disappointing season or a disappointing end to the season, it's clear that the Warriors need to make a move in this offseason. And Michael Porter Jr. was the obvious one for me as to a player that would be available. And I'm just going to break down the 3 reasons why I think it would work. Number 1, it's obvious. He's a knockdown shooter. He's somebody that can space the floor. In the Golden State Warriors offense, they don't need people that are always going to make the shot, but they need people that are going to keep the defense honest, that are going to have to go off Steph Curry and actually guard a man. Buddy Hield was sort of that this year, but they need somebody else just so that the spacing can work out, so that Steph Curry isn't getting double teamed and triple teamed. And so having Michael Porter Jr., who is a catch and shoot shooter, who can sometimes create his own shot and take some of the pressure off Steph Curry, I think that could be an effective strategy for the Golden State Warriors. So the first reason why I think it could work is for spacing. It will create more spacing on the floor. The second reason why I think he would be a seamless fit is he's already played with a high IQ player in Jokic. And I think that being able to play off high IQ players and slightly more complicated systems is a rarity in the NBA. And so to have a player that can come and fit into a pretty complex system and hopefully just fit right in and do what he needs to do, that is going to be a recipe for success for the Golden State Warriors. As well as, I don't feel like he is a player that is looking to get his, you know what I mean? He's not trying to be in the spotlight from what I've witnessed with him in the Denver Nuggets. So that's the second reason why I think he would be a good fit. He already plays in a high IQ system. And thirdly, he just adds height. He adds length. Warriors don't need any more short guards. They need players that can at least cause clutter on the defensive end, who can make themselves big to make the other team spacing more of an issue. So I think his size lends itself to the Golden State Warriors. You know, it'd be obvious that he would be replacing Jonathan Kuminga in that position. Like, Kuminga would have to be a part of the trade if they were interested in getting Porter. And I'll get to that in the reasons why I think this shouldn't work and why this shouldn't go ahead. But Kuminga is somebody that is looking for the spotlight. He's starting his career. He's trying to figure out what contract he can get. Michael Porter Jr. already has that contract. And so he would probably be less about himself and more about the team. And I think he would be just a more natural fit in the system than Jonathan Kuminga. So those are the 3 reasons why I think it would work. I think number 1, I think he's a knockdown catch and shoot shooter who would create space on the offensive end, specifically for Steph Curry. Number 2, he already has played with a high IQ player in Jokic, and so he knows what that sort of system is like. Not that it's the same system, but what it means to play off other players. And the third reason why I think it would work is he would just add length. So those are the 3 reasons why I think it would work. But let's get into the 3 reasons why I don't think they should make this trade. And you have to start with the contract. I was looking it up. His contract for the next 3 years is astronomical. He gets paid, I believe it's $36 million, $38 million, and $40 million per year for the next 3 years. And so that is, all-star level money. And Porter Jr. just doesn't play at an all-star level. I see him more in that $20 million per year bracket of a player like your buddy Hield. I don't think he's worth the 38 to 40 million for not that he's old, but he's a breaking down player, right? He's known as a player that gets injured quite a bit. And so having to commit that amount of money when you're already paying Steph, you're already paying Jimmy Butler, and you're already paying Draymond Green. And then you've got other contracts that are coming up. That is just a huge number. And I don't think you'd get that type of productivity out of Michael Porter Jr. So that's the first reason, just the contract. The second reason, he doesn't strike me as a player that elevates his game when it matters most. In fact, he's sort of in I think it's Bill Simmons that talks about the Tobias Harris type player, that one game he can be the most important player on the court, and then the next game you don't even realize he's on the court, but he's played 35 minutes. Like, he's just so inconsistent, and if he's not a heavy part of the game plan, he'll just disappear. And he sort of has that Kuminga flaw where he's got this height, but he doesn't use it to get rebounds, right? He's not an aggressive rebounder. I don't think he has an aggressive personality where he's going to go get it. So he's not one of those go get players. He's not like Jimmy Butler, who's got that dog in him, he'll just go and get the ball. Michael Porter Jr. isn't that type of player. And so I think they would have the same frustrations with him as they do Kuminga, right? They get frustrated at Kuminga for getting 2 rebounds a game or 1 rebound a game, and then he'll randomly get 7 rebounds a game. So you see that it's in there, but it takes it's 1 in every 5 games that they'll actually produce those types of results. So the lack of consistency for Michael Porter Jr. and not elevating himself when it matters most, I think that's a big issue that would arise. And I know Golden State Warriors fans would be on him all the time. It would be all the media ever talked about was, you're paying this guy $38 million and he's scoring 12 points a game on 35% shooting from 3, and he's getting 1 rebound. What are we doing with this guy? So that's what I think. That's the second reason why I don't think it would work. And the third reason is, if he doesn't have the ball in his hands, I don't think he's somebody that's cutting. I don't think he's somebody that is reading the play. I think he's waiting to catch and shoot instead of finding the open space. And, so much of the Warriors' motion offense is about cutting through and drawing defenders out. And he's just not somebody that I've witnessed do that. He's always going to look for a place to get a catch and shoot 3, but he's not someone that's going to set a screen very often or very well. And then there's the obvious defensive lapses, or the lack of defensive ability that he has. So in my opinion, the reasons why it doesn't work outweighs the reason why it would work. And if I'm the Golden State Warriors, I stay far away from Michael Porter Jr. As mainly, if he was 15 million, yeah, go get him. It's worth the risk. But tying up $38 million, $40 million, and $43 million for this player that doesn't elevate his game, who's injury prone and won't get a rebound, I don't think that's a recipe for success. So I don't know, what that next move is, but I think it might involve Jonathan Kuminga, and the potential of his future versus the reality of Michael Porter Jr. right now. I don't think that's a good trade-off. So thanks for tuning into the Cochrane Show. We'll have more Golden State Warriors content coming out as this offseason progresses. But I'd love to hear from you. What do you think the Golden State Warriors should do? And do you think they should get Michael Porter Jr. this offseason for Jonathan Kuminga? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.